Guys, welcome to my channel Being Teachers, and I am Ruhee. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed my channel, liked it and shared it. Thanks a lot guys for that. And thank you once again for loving my channel that I had posted on FCE. I had told you in the earlier video that I'll be posting it in episode wise or series wise. The first series was detailed information on what is Cambridge assessment and what is FCE examination, or B2 first. It was formerly called as FCE and now the name has been changed to B2 first. So I had told you that I'll be sharing with you guys in detail about what to study and what is exactly there in detail in reading and use of English part of the LSRW skills that will be asked in the Cambridge assessment to the students. So first let me give you an overview guys. The overview is that total there will be 7 parts and it has mixed type of questions. There are fill in the gaps or blanks, whatever we call it, and then there are multiple text matching and all these things. So there is part 1 to 4. In part 1 to 4 we'll be having wide variety of text and grammar, and obviously we'll also have vocabulary. In parts 5 to 7 will be a difficult one. It will be a harder one, and the time allotted for the total reading and use of English is 1 hour 15 minutes. I had told you this in the earlier video also, and the total number of parts are 7 parts. The questions are 52 questions and the marks is 40% of the total LSRW. The length of the text is overall 2200 to 2200 to 2500 words, and the text may be, so guys, here I'm telling you from where the text it can come, from where they bring all the text. It can be from the newspapers, magazines, reports, fiction, advertisements, letters, brochures, manuals and guides guys. So this was the overview of what exactly how the reading and use of English question paper will look like. So guys, now we'll go part wise in detail what will come and what you guys have to prepare. So right now we observed all the overview of reading and use of English and how it will look like. Guys, one more thing, the reading and use of English was different before 2015. After the 2015 updation, reading and use of English have come together. Otherwise, before 2015, reading was a different section in the whole LSRW, and use of English was a different one. So this one thing please keep in mind, that now it has been brought together after the updation. So now we come to part 1 in detail. So part 1 guys will be MCQ. And what is MCQ? MCQ is multiple type questions or multiple choice questions, and you will have missing the gaps. You will have to write down the correct option. There'll be one question, there'll be a passage, and there'll be one question and 4 options A, B, C, D, and you have to read the passage and write or choose the correct option, whatever you feel like. It may be A, B, C, D. Yes guys, but here you don't have to guess the answers. I have told earlier also, you don't have to guess it. You have to read the passage and you have to write or tick the correct option. And then there'll be what you have to practice for that will be the next question in your mind. Obviously you have to practice vocabulary, and inside vocabulary you have to practice words with similar meanings like synonyms, collocations, linking phrases, phrasal verbs and etc. So here if you practice all these things, the MCQ part of part 1 that is there in the MCQ will go really well. And the number of questions in part 1 are 8, and the marks dedicated to each question is 1 marks. So that was part one. In part one, guys, let us revise again. We'll have MCQs and four options will be given. One question will be asked. A passage will be given in which you have to fill in the fill in the gaps, and you have to practice vocabulary, you have to practice collocations, phrases, phrasal verbs, etc. So now we jump to part 2. So we'll observe part 2 in detail, and part 2 is again you have to fill in the gaps or you have to find the missing words. So here you don't have any options, you will have to find it by yourself, and you have to think the correct word for each gap. Guys, earlier you had an option to fill in the gap, but here you don't have an option, you have to think it by yourself. And what you have to practice for this, guys, you have to practice grammar and vocabulary thoroughly for this. For part 2 you have to practice grammar and vocabulary. Number of questions here are the same like in part 1. Number of questions in part 2 is 8 questions, and the marks dedicated to each question, that is each 8 question is 1 mark for every correct answer. So guys, this was part 1 and part 2 of FCE reading and use of English under FCE or B2 first. Guys, I hope you loved this video. I hope this video was helpful for you. And part 4, that is 3 and 4, we'll be observing in the next episode. So till then, guys, stay tuned and do not forget to watch other of my videos. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Happy teaching and happy learning.